Welcome to another Road to a Billion vlog. This one is a recap of Q1 2023. And if you're watching this video and you're in business or striving entrepreneur, just somebody who's striving for greatness in life, I would argue that this is probably going to be one of the most influential and best YouTube videos that you have watched this entire year. If this is the first time on my channel or first time you've ever seen my face, my name is Luke Lintz. I'm the CEO of HighKey Enterprises, LLC, which is a PR firm that does about 8 figures per year. And right now we have partnered up with celebrities like Lil Baby, Tekashi 6ix9ine, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Lele Pons, Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg. The list goes on. We've partnered up with many A-list celebrities. We've thrown tons of crazy mansion parties in Miami with those celebrities. We did it, baby. HighKey. We've traveled the world with myself and my brothers, who are my business partners, and my girlfriend.
It's HighKey, baby. HighKey Clout. We're gonna win Tesla with the big boss.
I need you to follow HighKey Clout right now.
And yeah, along the way, have made a lot of mistakes.
Dude, I can't talk. My voice is literally gone.
Made a lot of money. Yep, looks like enough. And I'm not saying any of that to brag. I'm just saying it to lend credibility if this is the first time on your page that you didn't in fact click on a wrong YouTube video. And yeah, this is going to be a good one to stick around for. So practically this entire Road to a Billion vlog is going to be centered around the point of basically how I got here, main takeaways of Q1, and really just how none of this is luck. None of this is by accident. None of this is by chance in terms of the point of where I am at life and how I've gone here and everything that I've done up until this point, and how it's been all very methodical, very calculated, how I've had plans behind every single action that I've taken, and everything that I've accomplished has been set in place with goals and very hardcore follow through and action with those goals. Now, one thing for anybody returning to this channel, I know I said that I was going to do weekly Road to a Billion vlogs, but I'm actually changing it up. I'm doing weekly short form Road to a Billion clips on my Instagram, TikTok, all of those channels. And then I'm either going to do month or quarter recaps on my YouTube channel. It's just easier. Like, I actually have to run the business day to day in the back end. And so I just, in full transparency, I don't have content as my full priority. And I think I can deliver better content and better value with me running the business every single day, especially this is Road to a Billion. And so it's just a genuine showcase of my road to getting there, which is me running my business all the time and me creating content whenever I have free time or the available energy to do that. So with all that out of the way, I'm sure you're fairly intrigued about who I am, about the company, about getting to that 8-figure mark, partnered with all those A-list celebrities, what I've done to get here, and how it's been very calculated. And so I want to start off this video with something that is extremely important to me, which is journaling, goal setting, and basically creating day-to-day action plans and writing down everything that you want accomplished in life. And so you might see this on my left side here, which is basically 4 years worth of, actually it's more, it's actually 5 years worth of journals where I've journaled practically every single day for the past 5 years. And keep in mind that we started up our business about 7 to 8 years ago originally, and our business was very successful right off the bat. And so I started journaling after our business was fairly successful. And if you want to see videos of us right when we were starting our business, like 5-6 years ago, you can go over to our YouTube channel, HighKey Co on YouTube, scroll all the way down, and we were actually doing vlogs right when we were like getting started and just getting going in terms of our first product-based business. And then we eventually transitioned into a marketing agency and PR firm. But this is crazy to look back on. Like, this is so much information, all of these journals. And just to give you a quick breakdown, like, this is my journal back in 2018, and it's 2023 right now. And you can see like what it does is it breaks down. This journal is amazing. It breaks down 90-day goals, weekly goals, and then also daily goals, daily tasks. And so it's my journal for practically everything, all of my personal, all of my business tasks, and I take this journal everywhere. So it breaks down my 3 biggest 90-day goals, where it's the 3 biggest 90-day goals and exactly action steps of how you're going to achieve it. And so back in 2018, I'm looking back at this, and it was like launch HighKey Agency, which was like the department of launching our social media agency, basically, which is crazy now because of where it is right now. And then we had a client that was our top tier client at the time. And so it was get a 30-day content bank for Instagram and YouTube for that biggest client back in 2018, which is crazy because like it was me doing the content for that, actually editing with a team of video editors and then scheduling out the posts and stuff. And now we have a massive team of social media managers and stuff. And then my big goal number 3 is start implementing daily routines, which is just nuts to think about. And then I would have weekly goals where it would be more on a personal level, and my weekly goals have changed throughout, but it's usually ones that haven't been triggered into routines yet. And so I usually set weekly goals on an ongoing basis that aren't routines yet, where, for example, like working out is a routine for me. Like it's a given. I'm going to do it every time. Brushing my teeth is a routine. I'm going to do it every single day, no matter what. But for example, going out in the sun and stretching, that wasn't a routine for me. And so I need to make it into a habit, which is why I set weekly goals for it until I was able to make it into a habit. There's a book, I believe it's called The Power of Habit. Unbelievable, talks about all of that. And so then it breaks down your daily action items. So breaks down your daily to-dos and your basically daily goals, daily targets, and then just really gets you to constantly think of life and your tasks in a day-to-day goal setting, and really just makes you think of every single day as a way of approaching your day-to-day goals, your weekly goals, and your 90-day goals. And so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but I'm just going to go through one from every single year so you can get an idea of like how my goals started expanding rapidly as I was doing these 90 days. And I'm going to start including this, especially my journaling, and we're going to get into these binders in the future of what it looks like on an ongoing basis with this Road to a Billion series. So, for example, that was 2018. This is Q3 2019. So Q3 is like July 1st to October 1st. And so if I go to my goals here, it was get agency to 83,000 Canadian per month in revenue. So 2018, just the year before, was like starting up the agency, and then it scaled so rapidly that you can see that my goal was get to 83,000 Canadian per year, because we were originally based and growing in Canada, and then we moved over to Puerto Rico in at the end of 2020, 2021. And so, yeah, that's really cool to see. That was one of the goals of the 3. So that was 2019. So if I go to 2020 was a massive year for us. This is when we started up our at HighKey Clout side of the brand. So for example, HighKey Agency was mainly managing our retainer clients, and then HighKey Clout we started up as our giveaway side of the business, and we were just getting into the giveaway space where basically we were doing massive giveaways on Instagram. This is how we partnered up with all of those A-list celebrities, and we would give away Teslas, designer bags, iPhones, MacBooks, sometimes even cash. And all people had to do to enter those giveaways was follow a list of giveaway sponsors. And so we sold spots to our clients, which were basically the giveaway sponsors of those particular giveaways, and they were paying us lots of money. And it was a crazy business model right off the bat, because the celebrities were winning because we were paying them a ton of money, and they were able to give away stuff to their audience. the followers of the celebrity were winning because they had the chance of winning these massive prizes, and all they had to do was follow a list of accounts on Instagram, and they didn't have to pay anything. And then we were winning because we were able to run the entire campaign. We made money from the giveaway sponsors, and we were able to grow our brand immensely from this giveaway method. So 2020 was an extremely big year for us, and this was my big goal. This was at the end of 2020. Yeah, this was at the end of 2020, Q4 20. Make 5 million in revenue Canadian with HighKey Clout. So you can see how things just scaled up with these goals. Now we're skipping years. I was doing these 90 days at a time, and you could see like I had journals for each 90-day period basically. And so that's crazy, is making 5 mil Canadian with HighKey Clout. And then remember that those 90-day goals are broken down into weekly goals and then broken down into daily goals. Let's just skip right forward into, so we're going to skip forward into 2022 basically. So that last one was 2020 when we were having the huge spike with HighKey Clout. And 2022 was a bit difficult because we ran through the giveaways. We were doing them every single 2 weeks, every single month. We were running through a ton of giveaways. And then what happened is Instagram did a major update, changed their engagement. You probably remember where they changed their feed algorithm in terms of what posts show up, and everybody's engagement extremely dropped. This is when TikTok was really taking off. And so Instagram engagement numbers just really started trending down. And so we weren't able to sell as many clients because as many clients weren't using Instagram and didn't see Instagram as a huge credibility play as much anymore. And then also with the celebrities that we were paying, they were still charging the exact same rates, but getting way worse engagement. And so on all of the giveaway campaigns that we were doing, all of our sponsors were getting less followers than they normally would. And so just naturally our giveaways were decreasing. And this was at the same time when we were transitioning the business to also start selling press services and start delivering massive amounts of publicity for our clients in terms of the press side of things, where we were building a massive earned media team so we could get our clients published in the highest level tier 1 publications, building our TV connections, building our podcast connections. So you see in 2022 that our goal was bringing in 3 million of revenue for the press side of things in Q1. And so that's really cool to see in terms of just showcasing the adaptability of where things steadily were trending up. But there's all the times in business where you have to be adaptable. And adaptable is actually one of our core values at HighKey, is that every single person, when I'm interviewing people to join HighKey, it's that they need to be adaptable, especially in this modern age, when you're growing, scaling a business, or if you're just trying to be a high performer. I think one of the biggest characteristics that you need to have and embody is being extremely adaptable. Like, just of thin air at the beginning of 2023, AI came out. Like, this is going to be crazy to look back on, and me talking about AI, because it's probably going to be unbelievably massive, and where it's going to be in the next like 5-10 years. Because ChatGPT just launched and it's getting better every single day. They implemented ChatGPT web browsing, where it can basically search the internet live and search links live. And it's unbelievable how we've been able to utilize that in our business, but we wouldn't be able to utilize that unless our entire team at HighKey was extremely adaptable to their environment. So that was my 2018, 2019, all the way up until 2022 goals. And this is now my journal that I'm using specifically for Q1 2023. And to give you an idea of one of our goals here is that we've been building our sales team heavily over the past year because we've spent so many years building out the fulfillment side of things, and our product is very dialed in. We deliver 100% for our clients on the social media side of things, whether it's full service social media management or social media growth with our giveaways and other methods. And then on the press side of things with delivering tier 1 features. And so I've been spending a lot of time expanding the marketing and sales side of things. And so one of my goals this 30-day period in Q1 was reaching 4,550 BC book calls of 3 out of 5 plus leads. So when leads come into our pipeline, we tag them out of a ranking of 1 to 5 of how qualified they are for our services, because we really only work with industry leaders. And so that's pretty cool to see. We're not really going to hit that. And so I'm definitely going to have to adjust for the next 90-day period, because we reached some hurdles, which we'll get into. But yeah, that's what the blue journals are. And I think this is a huge component of where we've got to today. Definitely was a component of having the right opportunities, component of luck, a component of chance, but the majority of it was very thought out and calculated. Now, the next thing I want to review is this Your Best Self binder. This and the blue journals were actually created by my past business partner and past extremely good friend. His name Stefan Arnio. He actually passed away in 2020, which was extremely sad, from cancer. And he was definitely my mentor. He was a business partner of HighKey Agency before he passed away. And yeah, he taught me so many things, and he was really just an absolute genius. But one of the things he created was this Your Best Self binder, and he created those journals too. And this Your Best Self binder was amazing. It basically goes through your entire life and really makes it clear in terms of how to goal set and reverse engineering from the top down. So I actually filled these Your Best Self binders in first, and then I filled in the blue journal. It's very easy to think in reverse engineering, and this is a great mindset to be in, is thinking from the top down. Like, so many people struggle with goal setting, and so many people struggle of where they want to get to because they've never asked their question, where do I want to get to? Like, stop looking at other people's lives of telling you where you should be, what you should buy, having this design or having this jewelry, having this car, having this house. Like, that's what other people have. Like, really hardcore think. And that's what this binder is about. Hardcore think about what your mission, what your purpose is, what your 25 goals are, where 25 your goals are. Where would you be happy in 25 years from now? And then reverse engineering that down. Where would you be happy 10 years from now? And where would you feel like success is? Where everybody has their own definition of success. Success doesn't mean a ton of money. Like, I have $1 billion number, not because like this is a road to $1 billion, just because that's fun for me, like documenting it. Like, I actually don't even give a I hit it. I know I'm going to hit it, but it's just the essence of like, this is a game. Like, it's an essence of getting to that and showcasing the documentation journey, which is why I'm filming this. Like, I don't really care if this gets any views. Like, it's just to be able to look back on this in the future and really look back on it once I hit that billion, where it'll be really cool to see how I was thinking at different stages of life. But the easiest way to goal set, and especially like day-to-day goal set weekly, is by thinking from the top down and future pacing 25 years out and going through the 3 major parts of life. And so I break down things within health, wealth, and happiness. Those are my 3 categories when I do like very future paced goal setting. So you can see, like, I have one, I'm not sure if you can see this, but maybe I'll take some pictures, but 1 year, 3 year, 10 years goals, all broken down into health, wealth, and happiness of where I want to get to. And usually my ones that are farther out, like 10, 25 years, are usually like fairly broad, because I can't go too specific into 25 and 10 years because, again, you have to be adaptable in business. And I have no idea how our business is going to transition, how my life's going to transition to mold into that. And so I usually keep it generalized and then go narrow as I go in terms of 90-day, weekly, daily goals. And so just like the blue journals, I've been filling this out since like the first time I've been writing this was April 2019, and then filled it July 1st, 2019, filled it 5 more times. And then I have this blue journal, this best self journal for 2020. And then I think this one's my most recent one of 2021, 2022, and 2023. One thing that I want to show in this binder that I think was so sick is there's a component of where you're doing your organizational chart. So you have to write down basically like where your current organizational chart is in your personal and then your business, like what team members you have, what coaches, mentors you have, and then what you want it to look like. And so it was so cool that I put in here like future organizational chart, and I put basically like fulfillment, sales team, and different aspects of this back in like 2021. And then a lot of it came into fruition over time. Of course, so many things changed, but it was so cool just to have that down. And every single time I reflect back on this, I think about, this is kind of like a Grant Cardone thing. Grant Cardone says a bunch of shit that I don't really go with, but one thing that he says is you can always set bigger goals. Now, I don't want to get too carried away with this because sometimes I set such big of goals that they just aren't attainable at all in the given time frame. And so you kind of set yourself up a bit for failure where you feel bad about yourself. And so what I've noticed is on the micro level, you want to set attainable goals really within the 90-day periods when you're setting daily, weekly, and 90-day goals. And when I do this with my team, because I get my entire team to set goals based off of their department. And you really want to make sure that those goals are attainable, because as soon as they become so far out of reach, they aren't really goals anymore, and they just make you feel bad about yourself. And then the longer pace goals, when you're stretching to 1 year, 3 years, there's so much time in between there, like unbelievable amounts of time, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, 10 years. That's where you can go for more of those stretch goals and really expand as far as you can dream. And based off of that, you need to reverse engineer. So you can't just put a random goal out 5 years and not reverse engineer the process of how you get there, because every single goal is just a dream unless you have very actionable steps to get up to that point. So with all that being said, I don't want this video to go on too long. And if you stayed around till this long, I hope you've gotten a ton of value. Maybe comment down below if you want to see certain things in the next video. I'm fine with going more in depth into these journals if you think that you guys would get a ton of value from it. And so I want to finish things off with my last iteration of the Your Best Self binder, which was actually not that long ago. It was in Q1 of 2023. And when I went down to my purpose, I put down my purpose as to reach my full potential and lead by example. And I think I'm embodying that right now, where every single action that I'm taking, I'm putting 100% into every single thing that I do. And I'm really trying to lead by example in our business. And one of the reasons why I'm creating these YouTube videos to put out more documentation out there, because whenever we talk with our clients about their social media platforms, I'm always like document, just like how Gary Vee says. And so I want to lead by example with that. And then I put down as my mission to lead by example in building the #1 PR firm in the entire world. And I really believe this in terms of this is something we're going to be doing for the next 10 plus years. Is the business at HighKey Enterprises is we're a PR firm. If you didn't know, I'm not sure if I explained that previously in this video, but the PR industry as a whole is like a $20+ billion industry. And I think that we can absolutely take over it. We have some unbelievable team members, and this entire industry is so outdated. It's made up of dinosaur PR firms and made up of people and businesses with massive outlandish budgets paying for outdated public relations. And so we really peg ourselves as a modern PR firm where we put guarantees in place with all of our services. Really, we reverse engineered what other people wanted from PR firms, and we're delivering that for them. And so we're going to get there. And that's what kind of this entire road to $1 billion is my personal experiences and business takeaways of building HighKey to the point of where it's the #1 PR firm and eventually $1 billion company. So if you stuck around this long, hope you got a ton of value from it. I really hope that your #1 takeaway was starting to set goals and starting to journal immediately after that. Make me so happy if people start commenting that and are actually immediately putting that into action, because it's definitely a #1 reason why I am where I am today. So yeah, my name is Luke Lintz. This is Road to $1 Billion Q1 of 2023. I know it's a bit late. We're already well into Q2, and I'm going to be doing another Q2 wrap up or starting to do these month to month. So yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and yeah, let me know if you want to see anything else in the future videos. Peace.